Hey everyone, just a quick look at this grading rubric for the T3 project. There's quite a bit here. I thought I'd just give you a little bit of background and information. If we look at the project scope and design, you've been filling out the worksheet, and I'll give you some feedback on your progress. Definitely you want to have some sort of environmental connection. That's what the purpose of this is, inspired perhaps by braiding sweetgrass. But just make sure you've got a pretty clearly defined project in terms of its scope and what you're really going to study. Clearly state your purpose and provide some background information for your project. Then this is a calculus class, so we definitely need at least 3 calculus touch points. Each connection should be clearly outlined. I shouldn't have to go hunting for it. It shouldn't be implied. I would say stay away from just being like really like obvious, like calculus connection number 1, calculus connection number 2. Just give it a kind of an appropriate title so somebody that is not aware that this needs 3 can just simply see a paragraph heading like vector field representation of rate of change of something, and just so that it has a kind of a natural title, but those 3 paragraphs are fairly clear, so not a lot of hunting and searching is involved. I'm definitely hoping to reward some creative, original thought on this. This is supposed to be original research. If you can come up with like a really cool differential equation that models what you're doing, or some sort of new thing that we have not yet done in the T1 or T2, that's awesome. It's not like a requirement. You shouldn't get super nervous if you're doing something that's a little bit more traditional, but try to get some good calculus involved. We've got a vocabulary now. We've got a bank of possibilities here. These are just some sources. You can brainstorm with AI, brainstorm with your teacher. Go for it. Data acquisition. I am requiring that you in some way use satellite data to either come up with your original research. That would be awesome. But at the very least, if you're using an outside data source, and there's some excellent ones out there for topics you might be passionate about, but there should be some way to use satellite imagery to verify, to put your data set in context, just to check it out, to make sure that it is in fact a good and true data source. All right, and I can help with that. If you're using or not if, but how you're using Python code is of interest, so make sure you have somehow included that either in your poster project or on the worksheet. Share it with me. Don't just tell me I did such and such with Python code without letting me see it so I can verify that it was appropriate use. Visualization is a really great part of this. Make sure that you've just got like your region of interest map. You've got other graphs labeled and clearly defined. If you have got some fancy CSV file or whatever, maybe you can include a snippet of it just so I know what it looks like, or I could again verify if it was somehow important. Okay, then putting things in background and context is always helpful. Just showing that you understand like why your data is useful or how your data is used. Please cite references and just be consistent in how you do that. Then the AI aspect of code writing is, I would imagine, pretty essential. I don't know, unless you know Python code, you're going to need AI to help write that Python code. Show, again, a little snippet, put it in the auxiliary worksheet. Generally, that's going to be something that is required there. Then connection to community. So this is where it's kind of one of the pillars of APEX, that we somehow connect what we're doing to the real world around us. This can be fairly openly interpreted. I'm not going to get my lawyer hat on and find out ways to say that wasn't good, but try to be genuine in your reflection on these projects and how you could connect this to your community. Writing a letter to your congressperson about a topic that you've explored would be great. Sharing your research with somebody that might be interested in it somewhere might be good. Implementing some kind of change as a result of what you've discovered, or creating awareness to actual people somewhere, it would be cool. All right, and then getting close to the end here, just try to make the poster look very professional. I will provide some examples as I did before in T2. Make sure that your poster has a good title. Make sure that your name is on it. Be sure that it's got the citations. Try to follow that 1,000 word count. I know it's not always perfect, but you can sample a small section and count the words and then do some multiplication. There's a Calc concept for you, and you should be able to estimate your word count. If it's more than 1,000 words, people won't want to read it. It'll be hard for me to read in a reasonable amount of time, and you should be concise, succinct, and brief in your writing. That is part of good professional writing, so give it a chance. There we go. I think that is a pretty good overview of what we're looking for. When I go to grade you, I will shrink this central type down and expand the areas where I type in, where you've exceeded expectations and you get shout outs, areas that I've identified that might be regions where you might have clarified things a little bit more, but overall, that's how it's going to go. Take a look at the point breakdown. It is 100 points with a few points distributed into the worksheet requirements as well. Good luck, everyone.